Some eBay buyers are getting really sneaky, but I found out what they're doing. I'm going to expose it right now. Hey guys, Ken here. Welcome back to the channel. I've been seeing a pattern lately that some eBay buyers are using to try to get you to lower your prices on your postcards, lower than you would normally want to offer them. It's kind of a sneaky little tactic, but I think I found it and I'm going to expose it right now. What they're doing, I think, is this. Let's say you're selling a postcard for $100. Okay, this only really applies to your high-end cards, not so much your low-end stuff, but your high-end. Let's say you're selling a card for $100, okay? What they're doing is they'll put a watch on your item. Now, unfortunately, eBay does not tell us who is watching our items. It just says, hey, you've got a watcher here, and it'll come up in your seller hub to where, you can send that watcher an offer. It'll come up in your seller hub that says something like, well, I'm not sure of the verbiage, but it says offers to watchers available or something like that, or something to that respect. But it tells you you've got a watcher and here's someone you can sell an offer, send an offer to. So what's happening is, let's say you're selling a card for $100 and you get a watcher, you don't know who, so you send them an offer for 30% off. Okay, that's a good percentage. So basically, in this example, you send them an offer for $70. That's a fair offer, okay? What they're doing is they'll let that offer expire. They won't do anything with it. I think it expires in like 24 or 48 hours, and they'll just let it run out, okay? And then your item will return to its regular standard listing price, okay? But now, see, what you've done is you've given them an idea, a little sneak peek window into how much you're willing to come down by sending them that offer. You were asking $100 in this example, and now you're willing to come down to $70. So what they do is they go back to your original listing. Now this only applies if you're using make offer tabs. See, I use make offer tabs on all my higher end listings. So they go back to the original listing, and now that they're armed with that knowledge that you're willing to come down to $70, 30% off, and they'll go back to your original listing after the offer has expired that you sent them, and they'll go to your make offer tab, and then they'll take that $70 figure, and what they'll do is they will cut it in half by 50%. And they'll say, well, okay, I know he's willing to go low, down to $70. So I'm going to send him an offer for 35 or 30 or even 20. They'll send you some ridiculous lowball offer, based off of that figure. So here you are with a $100 card. You send them an offer for 70. They let the offer expire. And then what happens is they send you an offer through the make offer tab for like 50% off of that. So in this example, it would be like $35. And if you accept that offer, you've basically just sold a really high-end card that should be valued somewhere around $100, and you've sold it to them for $35. At least that's what they're hoping. Well, don't do that, okay? Here's the way I would handle that situation. If I see a watcher on one of my items, and you send them an offer for 30% off, and they let it expire, then they go back and they say, okay, now he's willing to accept, as low as $70. So I'm going to cut that in half and send him an offer for $35. What I would do in that case is I would send them back a counter offer. And I would send them back a counter offer at least to the $70 you were originally willing to, send them. That way it sends a message to your buyer that, hey, I'm not willing to do it your way, because if you do it their way, what's going to happen is you send them an offer for 30% off, and then they send you an offer for 50% on top of that. So basically you're selling the card for like 80% off, which is ridiculous. So if that happens to you, that's what I suggest you do. Send them back a counter offer. Or if they send you a ridiculous offer, let's say, you send them an offer for 30% off, it comes down to $70, and they send you an offer for like $10 or $20. In that case, I would just decline the offer. And if it was that low, I'd probably block them because they're just playing games. Because see, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get that card as low as possible because maybe, just maybe, they have another eBay account. A lot of sellers have a buying account, one account for buying and one account for selling. And they have another account, and they're going to try to flip that card for basically what you sold it for. They're trying to get it from you. They're kind of trying to scam you out of a very expensive card so they can get it and flip it. Well, don't give them that opportunity. Just like I said, if that happens, somebody puts a watch on your item, and then you send them, in this example, 30% off. That's a fair offer. And then they wait till that offer expires, and then they send you back an offer 50% lower than that. I would just counter that offer. And you might even want to counter it for a higher price. Instead of countering it at 70, counter it at 90, because, you offered them, the card down to 70, but they chose to let that expire, so they lost out. Now see, that way you remain in control. That's one of the things you always want to do, and that's the thing I try to do whenever I'm dealing in negotiations with a buyer. You want to remain in control. You don't want them to have control. You want to maintain control. And by countering that offer, whether it be at 70 or 90 or whatever, that way you remain in control, and you can get if it is the same person, all this is speculation on if it's the same person that's doing this. In that respect, you're in control of the negotiation, and you can get the price point you want for the card if they're willing to, if they really want the card. Now, sometimes they'll walk away, but that's okay. It's all part of the negotiation process. So, but if they don't, send them at least back. And that's like in this example, send them at least back a counter offer for $70 and see what happens. And the reason I say that's a sneaky little tactic is because I've seen this pattern repeated with me more than one time, like 3 or 4 times with certain buyers. And it just seems to be a growing trend that people are doing. So if that happens, that's my advice. And if you've had an experience like that, maybe you got a different tactic. Feel free to share it in the comments so we can all benefit. We're all trying to help each other succeed here on eBay. So let's help each other out, and let's have a conversation about it. Okay? Listen, just thought I'd run that by you. And as always, if you got anything out of this video, and I hope you did, make sure you smash that like button. It really helps the channel. I appreciate it. I'm going to go, but you guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care, and bye for now.